Alright, we're going for the game. Well, Ghost Lake, and apparently it's going to be Isis against Poseidon. Well. Well. Now, Shelty probably felt quite confident with this Poseidon. So he's gonna be trying to actually make something happen here. But I'm kind of curious why he didn't go for Zeus, because Zeus should be more interesting and more appealing for him. Yeah, this is how I like it. I like this casting next to Granary a whole lot more for Poseidon, because he doesn't have the chance of actually stealing those piggies that are going to be gathered, and of course it's going to be leading the extra animals also next to the granary, so the villagers don't need to move next to the TC or whatever. So I really think that this is much better use of the lure than what you often see just being it cast right next to town centers. Anyway, the map seems to be on the first side kind of funny. 1 gold, 2nd gold, 3rd gold. This is gonna be tough for Shelty. He's having the next closest gold quite far away. This is his closest gold. Then it's gonna be quite further away still for him. Otherwise, there's 1 gold on the right. But of course, it's not really a whole lot better for Shadowfaxx, because this is his closest gold mine as well. And for an Egyptian, this is going to be a whole lot more challenging. He's having nothing at the back. Not only is he not having gold mines in there, he's having TCs on the other side of the map. So town centers on the right, and they don't cover any gold whatsoever. This is so bad. This is so bad for Shadowfaxx. This is much worse for him than for Shelty. So I think that Shelty actually won the lottery, as apparently the Caribous are worshipping this relic for a better building crash armor. And the second relic at the top is going to be for what? For actually cheaper villages. Yeah, -5 in there on the foot. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Could be helping with economy overall, of course. Anyway, food, plenty of it for Shelty at the bottom and in quite safe places. This is going to be quite alright, as already the Caribou is going to be lured next to it, so unfortunately not really that huge advantage is going to be given through that. Maybe if he gets some of those piggies, that would be nice. Even the polar bears would be good. That's still 200 foot. That could be helping him. As otherwise, of course, Shadowfaxx is going to be running around, trying to place all those obelisks and try to see what's gonna happen on the map, as his hunt on the left is quite alrightishly positioned as well, and the one on the right also, even though he's gonna be having a bit more walking time, because he's gonna be needing to switch from right to left, but he does have extra piggies in there, so nothing that major, so not a huge advantage for either player. The TCs for Shelty are nicely positioned, especially the one on the left, since it's next to food, next to gold, and well, kinda makes for a pretty good trade route for him. He's gonna be having it from about here. There is some slight protection, but nothing all that interesting. So still wide open. And for the opponent, it's going to be slightly better in that regard if he is able to capture the left part of the map, which he definitely will have to because of the gold. So it's gonna be challenging for Shadowfaxx, especially since we know that Shelty is quite a good raider. And we'll be expecting him to be able to out-control his opponent. Quite alright, as he's just now scouting there, finding the goatee. And also going to be discovering where his opponent is gathering food, as he's on the left and on the right as well, on both places at once. But this is going to be gathered quite soon, even before Shelty will be ready with too many Hippocon something in, because of course the empowerment from Setnakte is gonna be doing quite a bit of wonders for him. Quite a bit of wonders in there, as he's already trying to be annoying as much as possible, which of course is not insignificant, because it's forcing the villagers to not gather anything, and well, that is exactly what you want to do in the early stage. Basically, every unit of food, and every villager second when he is not working is super important in the build orders and the gameplay overall. Anyway, we are going to be heading into the next ages, as we are at 4 minutes. Shelty probably is already preparing to move forward, as he's coming for the house. And is he going to be coming for researches like pickaxe, handaxe? He should be coming for pickaxe, most definitely. As of course, the Hippocons are going to be quite expensive, and apparently Shelty doesn't go for villages anymore, which is signaling that he basically went for advance about here. So about 440 is gonna be advancing. His opponent is still coming forward. So yeah, he still hasn't clicked. Even though, might have a bit later. But still, Shelty should be coming up sooner. As of course you'll be expecting from Shadowfaxx, standard strategy for Isis, faster heroic at about up to 8 minutes. Ideally it goes at about 7:30. with enough food, which he does have, it could be really working for him. The Hermes is through for 40, exactly as he expected. But his opponent is going to be a bit later, as already Shelty is moving onto the hunt on the left, and even though he's gonna be discovered by this guy scouting there, it's nothing really all that major that you would need to worry about anything or other about at all. So Classical Age, about 15-20 seconds later after Shelty. Still going to be quite good for the faster heroic, as he's already working on quite nice walling and building of his base, going to be super protecting this gold, which is of course a good idea. As those two towers with the TC are going to be making it pretty impossible right about now for Shelty to get in there and potentially stop the prosperity or whatnot. So this is nicely played. Nice precaution, and it's going to be up to Shelty to stop the Migdol when it is present. So we are looking at Theseus already coming top, and he shouldn't be forgetting this relic once he goes back. But yeah, there is the obelisk, so of course this is not going to be any huge surprise. But apparently it still is. As Shadowfaxx wasn't paying enough attention, not exactly sure what he was doing. Probably just right now looking inside his home base, asking this guy to go for the obelisk so that he has quite a good line of sight when his opponent is gonna be coming into his base. Well, Shelty. Army coming also to the left, but this is going to be easily signaled, as there are obelisks absolutely everywhere, with Hippolyta and this last Caribou going to be finished pretty nicely, exactly on time, so nothing that major, and those villagers are just going to be coming into the blue base as he's finishing with armory, and even going to be having a few spearmen apparently from the barracks. And it's going to be prosperity into pickaxe. His opponent should be having pickaxe as well, right? Yes, he is, and he's even having Mendax, so pretty good echo for him, as he's just now finishing with the hunt. And does he know? Right now he's probably going to be concentrating on killing a few of the villagers. Yeah, the villagers at the bottom are still not moving, so that's unfortunate. But still, right now he should be realizing that he needs to go back and clicking onto his idle button. And finally discovering that those guys are not doing anything for quite a long time already. But yeah, right now, not anymore, as they're gonna be moving exactly into those caribous. So Shelty getting the extra relic, as we have said a bit before. Theseus didn't forget it there. Didn't forget it at all, as he is still rising in the Hippicon numbers, and it's almost looking like that actually Shadowfaxx is gonna be forced into defensive Migdol next to this gold mine. I'm thinking he's probably gonna drop it about here to plug the hole and maybe just a bit forwardish, I'm not sure, but really to protect this gold mine, as this one is going to be running out pretty soon. And already moving that way, which means that he's going to be clicking in a few seconds. Yep, just about now, 7:30 advance, exactly as we expected, as Migdol is coming up in the second position that we hoped for. And unfortunately for Shelty, he's so far not noticing it's going to be a bit too late. Or is he? There is the ceasefire. Right now he should be clicked into ceasefire to try and insert it in between ancestors if they are gonna come. Just screw micro. Keep it inside. Or between, or rather before it's finished, cast the ceasefire. It could be good as well. Yeah, unfortunately he didn't really cast it. Because if you are going to be stopping the Migdol for a minute, there are still limited chances to catch actually that ancestors and whatnot. If you're gonna be delaying the Migdol for a minute, that's a huge problem for the ISIS. Especially when you are the aggressive one and going all across the map. Because he doesn't have enough gold for the TC. He shouldn't really be having enough gold right off the bat after building the Migdol. So, well, that was a kind of idea that didn't really materialize, but still there is a bit of opportunity that Shelty could be still keeping, or rather tearing it down, but apparently he doesn't feel like losing all the units to that, and he's going to be switching to something else, like hoping that he survives into his own heroic age, which is gonna be coming in like never. But I also might be thinking that he could be already moving forward, but apparently he doesn't want to. He's going to be content with his Hippicons, which should be already coming hopefully mediums. With mediums, and right about now it's going to be up to basically controlling this gold, which I think that Shadowfaxx will be having a good chance of actually trying to capture through ancestors. And well, he's going to be running out this gold fairly soonish, and considering that this is basically the absolutely obvious map play that he will have to do, I'm kind of curious that Shelty isn't actually keeping at least Kataskopos, who is probably dead, or maybe at least one Hippicon next to gold, because he absolutely needs to see when his opponent is going there, and when he needs to move all the Hippicons there as well, and have the ceasefire, click to potentially disrupt the ancestors, which are gonna be coming to basically make sure that the big goal next to gold comes up. So yep, right about now he's still trying to kill as many units as possible, but of course I'm really thinking that Shelty shouldn't be really attempting this, what he is, because he's gonna be just suffering heavy losses. The tower, the Migdol, it's just too easy right now for the ISIS, as even the PGs are going to be paying with their lives for that, apparently. And I would be thinking that he needs to be waiting next to gold, and that's going to be the point where he can win. If he can stop that, then he has a pretty good chance. As well, Scorpion Man is going to be a bit of an issue. Luckily, Theseus is not that far away. I'm not sure where is actually Hippolyta. Apparently still home. Apparently still home. Now see, Theseus is coming in there with all the horses, and I'm really right now missing the mediums, because that's a super crucial upgrade once you are fighting as a Greek in the Classical Age against Heroic Age ISIS. And that's a huge boost of life and otherwise just being stronger and whatnot. Anyway, he invested into Heroic Age, so that's what's gonna be happening now. Even into the mediums. Okay, so thank you. Thank you very much. And, well, so far I'm kind of curious why Shadowfaxx isn't moving a bit more aggressively towards the goal, at least having it scouted by some obelisk or whatnot, as apparently there's going to be a bit of raiding next to this TC, but yeah, well, the TC that's gonna get captured is gonna be the one on the left, and, oh yeah, you're gonna be forced to move back, as apparently I was hoping that actually Shelty is gonna come for the TC on the left, because it makes a ton more sense, because of the gold mine. I don't really understand why he wants to go for the right. It just doesn't do anything for him. It doesn't make sense long term, but he still is quite intent on it. As the Epicons are going to be here, and plenty of them are coming forward. But yeah, they're just gonna discover that there are already some spearmen being ready. I just want to click into them. God damn it, spearmen. Yeah, they are normal, not mediums. Not any kind of upgrades from Shelty yet, as he's right now fighting right again under the fire of the Migdol, which doesn't have crenellations yet. Doesn't have crenellations yet, which is of course a bit of an advantage for him, as this is super important. Oh well, I wasn't really expecting this, and I'm fairly certain this wasn't needed. I'm fairly certain that actually Shelty, or rather Shadowfaxx, didn't need to cast it, because he's having super strong defense to this double. And right now he's given a strong opportunity to actually capture the goal. I don't know what he wants to do once he runs out. Right now 250. He's having like 1900 gold left. Next gold mine is here. We cannot really consider him going for this one. This is ridiculous. So this is really I don't understand this choice at all. He didn't need to do it first. Second, he just gave up an opportunity to capture the gold mine. This is going to be right now getting pretty hard for Shadowfaxx. So far it looked like that he's going to be controlling the map, because Shelty was always going to be having a very hard time preventing the second gold with the ancestors. But yeah, right now Atalanta is gonna be getting rid of this, even though he's gonna lose a few villages. Nothing all that major, and he's gonna be coming to the left, as apparently, yep, Shadowfaxx is already looking at the gold, but it's way too late. And you don't have the super powerful god power to actually help you. Well, right now the big roll, Hippicon's coming there. Yeah, this is gonna be a GG moment. This might just as well be a GG moment, because I don't see really how Shadowfaxx is gonna be coming out of this. And against all this army without ancestors, you just cannot do anything. Come on, horses, don't be so hasty. Because you don't see that far. Maybe the Prodromos does. He's having 17. Oh, don't tell me, Shelty, that you're gonna actually screw this up. Paraguay's coming in. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. Okay. I was for a moment thinking this was very nice little play by Shadowfaxx, actually luring the army away. That was very nicely played. But unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough. And, well, you are missing something, aren't you? Yeah, that's unfortunate, Shadowfaxx. Because this game was going very well for you. And it was well controlled, and, yeah, as I said, this was a GG moment. That was a GG moment. Yeah, well, decisions. That's what decides games. And unfortunately, exactly as we have seen that and predicted, that was unfortunately what decided the game in here. And he cannot really complain about anything because the map was the same for Shelty. I mean, this being the closest gold mine, even though he does have the TC somewhere in there, it's not that different. Not that different from Shadowfaxx. And he did have a way to build this Migdol. Having the ancestors in there would be like, you would be able to pick it up. But yeah, didn't happen. Didn't happen, unfortunately, and that means that Shelty is going to be taken. This game, which didn't look all that promising, to be honest, it looked going very well for Shadowfaxx, but he forced the ancestors at the correct moment, and he was exactly going for the correct placement for the gold mine, also at the correct time, which wins the games. Anyway, so let's go into the post game. Which of course means that Shadowfaxx, he is gonna be winning in the economy and in most of the stuff, just not improvements. Shelty was apparently better in the upgrades in that, and even the economy wasn't that worse. You can see, he was actually a whole lot better. But he was having more civilians, but apparently not the upgrades. Not the upgrades all that much. Shelty had only one more. Yeah. They weren't really on his side either. Nice echo going, but without gold, Egyptians are kinda toastish. Well, not like the other civilizations aren't as well, but for the Egyptians, it's game over. Anyway, congrats Shelty on advancing into the semifinals of the AoM Vanilla Championship hosted by AOL Destroyer for those nice 500 euros. And he's going to be playing against whom, actually? Let me check quickly into the bracket, and he's going to be playing against either Original Jester or Hagrid, who are going to be playing their quarterfinals tomorrow about 18 GMT, I'm thinking. It's kind of open there, but it should be about that time. I'm gonna be seeing if I'm gonna be streaming that as well, possible. And definitely on Sunday at 13 GMT, I'm going to be streaming Grand Monster vs. Boyd, the last quarterfinals. So yeah, follow me here on the channel for that match. So GG here.